New tonight, a Two on Your Side special report.
We are taking you behind the scenes of some very specialized police work.
For more than a decade now, an Amherst police officer has been solving the toughest hit-and-run cases around, sometimes with just the tiniest of clues.
And get this, Officer Scott Lawida has a 100% success rate. Our Scott Brown shows us how he does it in this special report.
When most of us come upon an accident scene, we see a bunch of car parts strewn across a road. But when Scott Lawida comes upon that same scene, he sees a bunch of clues that can help him solve a criminal mystery. Lawida is a senior investigator for the Amherst Police Department's Accident Investigation Division. But that title really doesn't do him justice. He's more like the Sherlock Holmes of hit and runs. Lawida can take anything from a front end to a fender, a muffler to a mirror that's been left at an accident scene, and figure out the year, make, and model of the car it came from.
Junk, smashed up cars always fascinated me. I had an interest from years ago, from when I was a kid. A neighbor of mine used to fix junk cars in his driveway, and that's how I got interested in it. I used to go to the junkyard with him all the time.
Now, Lawida gets paid to go to auto parts stores, junkyards, and collision shops, tracking down the bad guys.
If you have just one part or a piece of a part, are you pretty confident that you'll be able to solve it?
If I have a part and that car is registered, I'll find that vehicle, definitely.
So, how does he do it? Well, here are just a few of what you could call Lawida's greatest hits. In this case, he only had a piece of a front bumper to go on.
There was a sticker on the inside which helped us out tremendously, and this particular sticker told us that it was a white diamond LTZ, so I knew that that came from a Tahoe because the LTZ is a particular model of a Tahoe. White diamond is a color, which I know that GM uses, and then there was a date down here. And just going through parts dealers, the dealer told me that he had sent, we knew this was a front bumper, they had sent a front bumper to a collision shop. And when I found the vehicle, this was in West Seneca, and when I went up to the collision shop, we were able to match the part up and it fit in.
In this case, he found a couple of parts to a Honda that were left at an accident scene.
So we know it's a Honda. Here's Honda written on here. We know it's a gray car. And in order to verify it's a gray car, we picked up paint flakes at the scene also. Part of the headlight, part of the inner wheel well. Again, a part number on this inner wheel well tells us that it's the right side, and then the part number will tell us it's the inner wheel well of a 98 to 2002 Honda Accord. We were able to identify this eventually that it was a 2000 gray Honda Accord. And we found the thing over in the insurance lot over on Vulcan Street, and we were able to arrest that party for leaving the scene of a property damage accident.
Now, if you think that's impressive, just listen to this one, where Lawida only had a small black piece of a car left behind after two Damon students were hit on Main Street.
And that's all we had was this little piece of plastic here, and we were able to identify the vehicle just by driving around to numerous car lots and talking to numerous car dealers, parts dealers, collision shops, and then finally just finding a vehicle that had that type of similar grill on it, and we were able to match that up.
And what did that come from?
This particular part came from a 2002 to 2005 Jeep Liberty. And it was a lot of work to identify that part, but we finally did it, and we were able to solve the case.
The driver of the car was sentenced to 1 to 3 years in prison. Lawida has been an accident investigator for 13 years now.
From the time you started till now, how much further along are you as an investigator, just with the experience you've gathered?
It's every day I learn more with every case, so even if it's a minor hit and run, when I have to identify parts, I learn more and more about cars each day, and where to look for them. I make more contacts every day.
Lawida is so well respected that other local police departments call him in to help them with their toughest cases.
What's it like when you solve one of these cases?
It's the greatest feeling in the world when you pull up to a house and you see that car sitting in the driveway with the damage on it, and you know that the search is over. But you also know that there's going to be another one tomorrow, and it starts all over again.
So as long as there are bad drivers or drunk drivers or people like that, you're going to stay in business, right?
It'll never stop.
Now, a few months ago, Lawida was called in by Buffalo police on a serious hit-and-run case that left a 16-year-old boy in critical condition. The key piece of evidence, a shattered side view mirror. Lawida was able to identify it as coming from a 2006 Chevy Impala, and based on that, police were able to track down the driver who admitted to the crime. Another case solved. Scott Brown, Channel 2 News.
Incredible, huh?
And
Smart.
a perfect record.
Yeah.
You got to believe he's obsessive about every single incident, and who wouldn't be?
And everyone will be calling him. All the towns and counties.
Probably, yeah, I'm sure he takes